Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today we do a little bit of a revisitation back to Piano 8, now with the Standard Edition by Modartt. In my opinion, the best piano available on iOS and desktop. Let's hope. Hello, what's going on? My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And of course, I hope you're doing okay. It is a Thursday morning here in Australia, and we're going to take a look at Pianoteq once again. I have done a show on Pianoteq. It is the best piano app going around for desktop and iOS, in my opinion. Nobody else's, just mine. Probably other people's, but it's all good. What's going on, folks? We'll get into it in a sec. I'll say hello to you all. Boom. Thomas, hello. Justine, hello to you. Slow it down, Jade. Leela, what's going on? Great show. Was listening in the background while I was getting ready. Pete Johns, what's happening? Mr. Sport Icons. Okay. Ed B. Metal. Calm down, Jade. You're going to have a fucking stroke. Hey, Tremor Bear, hello to you. Forest of the Wolf, g'day, g'day. Anyone else I see who I haven't yelled out? I think I yelled Tremor Bear. Man, something happened in my brain last night. Hey, yay, Dell. Hello, hello. Hey, Riverbend Sim. Hello. Hello, welcome everybody. So we're looking at Pianoteq 8, the Standard Edition. So there's 3 editions with this little baby. It's really nice. I agree, Thomas. I wish I could afford more of the piano models. But this is the thing. Because this is not a cheap app, there's no bullshitting about it and you know, trying to hide that. It's an expensive app. It's a license. So you would purchase it through their Modartt website. Anyway, let's get into it. Let me talk about that. So we'll take a look at it on the iOS App Store first. So here it is. It's free to download, and you can mess about with some demos and stuff like that, but you know, you won't be able to use it properly because notes will drop out on the keyboard. So there's that. There's 3 tiers of purchasing, so it is free to get it onto your iOS device. Where are our tiers? So I can probably show you in a better way. There's a lot of in-app purchases, yeah? So initially, to buy this, to actually start using it, there's 3 tiers, and those tiers include the stage version, the standard version, which we're looking at today, and then the pro version. So when I did my last show, I was on the stage version, but I kind of was able to use the demos of the others. But recently, Modartt reached out to me and updated me to the standard version, so I'm not going to say no. And if I can get these prices here, there is a better place to go for this. But you can see an instrument, to purchase a single instrument, you're looking at around $50 US. To grab the, let's see, I wish these were all in order. So the standard version, I think, is $129. But remember, in saying this, you get not only this on iOS, but you get it on your desktop and Mac. Let me come over here and explain. So this is the Modartt website. Let me just get some info out the way. Make sure we're all good. Is everything good here? No, whatever. So you can see here with my version that I'm on, this is on their website. When you purchase, you get 2 instruments when you first purchase it. And when I downloaded it, I got the Steinway Model D and the Grotrian Concert Royale. So they were the 2 instruments I picked for my $100 and whatever dollars. And then I bought the classical guitar. And when I got updated, you get to choose another instrument. But I can show you these in a second, exactly how they're gone. Here we go, buy extra packs. So you can come here to the website. So there's multiple ways you can do it. You can do it through the app on iOS to buy these things, or you can come over to the website, sign in. You're going to need to sign in anyway to get your license. And you can pick something from the cart here. I might want to add extra instruments from here. Where is my buy area? Here it is. So the prices, let's go through them. The stage version. So yeah, $139 will get you the stage version. When you buy it here, you'll get a license. It works across Mac, it works across desktop and on iOS, so you're getting all of that. When I click on it, as I just said, you get 2 instrument packs to be selected after you register. And then if you update, so if you bought the just the standard one straight off the bat, you get 3 instrument packs, and you bought the Pro straight off the bat, you get 4 instruments. Everything else you have to buy yourself. So there is that. The upgrade cycle can be found down here. So I was on stage, and if I now went from stage to standard, it would only cost me $104, about $100, yeah. So that's kind of the pricing details. Currently, another reason I'm doing this today is all of their stuff is on sale. So 20% off across the board. So if you wanted to get a pack at the moment, you can go and do that. Now you get also, for those of you playing at home with a computer, for those of you playing with a computer, you get 3 activation slots. So an iOS device is counted, so an iPhone or iPad, a Mac. So I've used 2 of my slots out of 3, and just go here. So another thing you should be aware of when you do this, when you purchase, you will see this website. That's just the way it rolls. And there are these things here, and this is on the user area. Once you've logged in, downloads. You can download your Windows version, your Mac or Linux version from here. There are these things here called PTQ files. So you can download these. These are from previous versions of Pianoteq before 8 that had instruments. And all you got to do is download this. So click on this link and this bells one and this legacy instruments one. So you can scooch over and do that. And you can actually import these into the iOS version. It's a little bit confusing all up with a license. That's not your standard way of doing things with iOS. But the results speak for themselves. It's an incredible app. Do you need the standard version? Do you need the stage version? Do you need the pro version? In my opinion, I don't even really need the standard version. I was using the stage version for well over a year and had no problems. But it does give you a whole lot more stuff to play around with and mess about with. And the pro version gives you even more, but I really would not need the pro version. That's just my opinion. I'm just going to play something that in a project, you've probably heard this song before. It's eventually going to come out one day. But this is all piano, written by me and using Pianoteq for the piano. This is one of the songs from my Dread Circus album that's never, ever going to come out called The World's Gone Mad. All right, you get the idea. Piano sounds meaty, sounds really good. The other thing that is worth the absolute price tag of this, because it's contentious, especially with iOS, is the size of these piano apps that are available. A lot of these piano apps use real samples. So when you download the app, there's another gigabyte of samples to download. The difference with Pianoteq is these are not samples. This is modeling. So the footprint for, just give me a sec here. I can't even type fast enough today. The footprint of this app is an astounding 55 megabytes. There you go. no fucking, 900 gig of samples. So for space, for using multiple pianos and not having them clog up space and take up so much room of samples, this is a no-brainer. And the amount of things you can do with modeling compared to samples is just incredible. So, modeling's been around for a while now, and it's great. So let's jump over and show you some of the things you can do with this baby. I'm going to come over here to AUM for the rest of this demo, and we'll make sure everything's working and good. And hello to Mateusz. I saw pausing guitars. And Ed B. Let me load up. What do we load? We'll do like a piano motifs because we're doing piano. But there's so many more instruments in here, yeah? So nice and simple. Let's just set this up, send it over to Pianoteq. So what I'm doing here, if you're getting a little bit lost, this is a MIDI track here. It creates no sound, just MIDI notes. And this is piano motifs. And it creates wonderful piano pieces. You can generate piano pieces with it. It's very complex. I've done a full show on this. And this is going to be sent into here, into Pianoteq, like so. Nice. All right, let's get into this. So you can see straight away when you load it up, you are notified to what version you have. This is STD. It's not something that I caught last night. It's for the standard version. So that's how you know. Your preset packs are here. Everything that you've purchased, you can find in here and play around with. You can see all the stuff I've got. I've got pianos, so I've got a Steinway, 2 Steinways in here. We've got some other stuff. We got some church bells, tubular bells. I got these harp, the extra harp that I got. I got classical guitar, whole bunch of, these were the things that we added in, historical pianos, and down the bottom you've got demos. So if you want to try any of these things, like maybe the marimba, you can come over here and try these, but they will, as it says here, the current preset requires the instrument pack. It's currently running in demo mode, so some keys are disabled, but you get to hear it if you're thinking about purchasing it, because this is not only piano stuff. And with each preset, there's a whole lot of options in there. So you can see here with a marimba, you've got like a humanized, original, soft. So you can come in here, we've got a muted one. And you can keep trying all the demo stuff if you like. As I said, I bought the guitars because they're actually really nice. Okay, let's cut to some other things. So we've got our help button up here, so you can touch various things to get some help. All right, so while this is open, I can touch down here, and you can get a little bit of help on things. But in our options page, this is where you can purchase instruments from here as well too. So this is where I could upgrade if I want. Now ignore the prices here because we're looking at Australian prices. So remember how everything was kind of expensive before? Well, they're really expensive in Australia. Hey, Jenny, what's happening? So yeah, if I want to upgrade to Pro, it's going to be another $200 for me to upgrade. And instruments, you can see $69.99 here in Australia. So, and I can purchase these if I want from here, and it will connect to my account. Jamie Lynn, what's going on? So here's where you can find this. Now, remember I said at the beginning, there's that PTQ file. Here's where you install that PTQ file. You can download some extra instruments, PTQ files from your Modartt account. The PTQ files are stored in this folder, right? So you can see I have my piano Pianoteq add-ons. I've done all this stuff and added them in here. So I have my add-ons. So that is where you do that. You've got some general settings in here, the tool tips, stuff like this for the MIDI player. If you're using the standalone, there's actually a MIDI player in here as well. You got some other stuff that identifies my iPad, tells me what kind of iPad I've got. Sample rate, you can change your sample rate, polyphony, all that kind of stuff. MIDI, so when you're playing, look at this. It's telling you everything that's happening. You've got global MIDI mapping, so you can come in here and do all this stuff. There's a lot to it. The thing is about this app that is really, really cool is I never open any of this stuff. I never open any of it. Why? Because straight out of the box, the piano sound that I normally just load up, let's just go with this one, sounds always nice. I never find myself tooling around too much. So there's that. Just while we're here, one of the other things I want to talk about, can I find it in here? So Pro, upgrade to Pianoteq Pro note per note edition for many physical parameters. So one of the main things the Pro will give you is you can go in individually and fuck around with notes. Each note on the piano. It's ridiculous. But with this standard version, you get a whole lot of cool stuff. Microphones. So we'll talk about those in a second. So you get microphones, and look at this. You've got different setups, microphones, binaural, stereophonic, monophonic. And then when you click on the little microphone section, look at this. This is wild. You get to set this up with up to 5 microphones. So, and you can move these around wherever you want. So you can see we've got 4 microphones connected at the moment. I can take number 2 and I can move it around. So you've got a top view here that you can move around to get an idea of where everything is. And as you move number 2, you can see it moving up the top there. And if you move on the arrows here, you can actually spin these mics around. So you might want to bring this right up over here. Bring it down a little bit because I can control it from here, right? And I might be in the way of another microphone. You can bring them up and move them about. Then I can take this one and move this one. So the line is out and more like that. It's completely up to you how you want to set up your microphones. Plus, you've got a whole lot of different microphones to pick, heaps of them. It is ridiculous how many microphones you have to pick from. Do whatever you want. You've got compensation. So you've got compensation for each of these as well. So volume compensation. You've got some delay you can add. That's in the second box here. So you can add a little bit of delay to this microphone or take it into the minus. You got some stereo width and you got sound speed. So you can hear by me pulling down that delay on the first mic. Kind of throws everything out. We can add a 5th mic if we want. Or we can go totally binaural. Yeah. So you can see what's going on here. Beautiful. So a lot of options for the microphone stuff. So that's added in this. Hello, driven to right CWS. Hello. Velocity curves. We covered this in the first video. That's true, Thomas. You don't get the microphone stuff with stage. I'll turn this down a little bit. We have a velocity curve. So you can come in here with the overall song and drop points in here and change the velocity curve. You can reset it at any time. It doesn't have to be velocity. You've got note off, pedal, aftertouch. Even on the first show I did, you can even collaborate, do a collaboration, a calibration with your MIDI keyboard. So every MIDI keyboard, let me stop this. Every MIDI keyboard has a unique response of how you play. Thus, adjusting the velocity curve to your MIDI keyboard is essential. This assistant will help you to do so. I don't know how long it takes. Have I actually, hang on. Have I got a keyboard connected? I don't. I should have one connected. There we go. We are trying to find out the lowest velocity values at your keyboard. Press a key as softly as possible. Okay. That was pretty soft. There we go. Press a few keys with a light piano touch. Calibrating immediately velocity. Press a few keys with normal touch. Press a key. Don't hit it with a hammer. This is okay. So I don't even know what I'm doing. Anyway, you get the point. You can do that. So these are things you will find with the normal version. So we've got, now not all of the things are in here. I can't remember exactly which things. So we've got actions in here. Let me hit play. We can dampen these things. So you can hear we've muted the piano there. The key release noise, we can turn up. The pedal noise. So, I mean, this is the thing with modeling, why modeling's so much better than samples. You can come in here and decide if you want things like the key release, the pedals being picked up in the mix. You've got your mallet bounce. You can decide on how it bounces, humanization, attack envelope. You can sync this to your DAW. There's an equalizer, of course there is. Works like any equalizer, yeah. So you can come in and add points, delete your curve, do all this stuff. It's a, you know, you've got presets in here as well too. There's so much more to this than even what I remember, because as I said, I don't really change anything. Note effects, so you can have modulation on here. We've got vibrato and pitch vibration. How do I reset these back to standard? Go back. I don't think it lets you. There's no thing to go back. Now, lastly, there's effects. So you've got delay, which was on. And each of these have presets. So, and you can move them around too. In case you want the delay after the EQ or way over here, you can move the delay right to the back. That's completely up to you. And you can switch these out. So you've got a tremolo, wah, chorus, flanger, phaser, fuzz, delay, amp, compressor. And all of that. And you can change your EQ from in here. And lastly, down the bottom, we have, let's just turn these off. We've got a reverb with a heap of presets. And overall, you've got a FX gain at the bottom. I love how you get a little picture of the little reverb you've added. I mean, you can change the tail and early reflections, you know. Now, if you're not happy with any of this, you can reset just by and then coming back. And there's your original sound, yeah? You can get to these, you can turn these effects on and off really quickly just from down the bottom. You get the option to just turn them off instead of jumping into the effects tab. One of my favorite things is you can make the piano sound old and worn. There's a condition dial. If we turn it all the way up, whoa. After some lo-fi piano, but just that little amount for some lo-fi stuff. And I love how it gets filthier and grimier as you turn it up. So we have some pedals here as well. Hey, Field Tone Audio. For muting, you'll hear this more with the guitars. Now all this can be MIDI learnt as well too, so you could connect this to your pedal or whatever you like. You can play on the actual on-screen keyboard if that's what you want to do. One of the highlights though is morph layers and note edit. So if we come down here, and I've clicked note edit up the top here, and now if we, let's change the piano, something else. Okay, so in this note edit section, you can come in and seriously change individual notes. So we can see this one's getting played a little bit. We can come in and detune individual notes. We can change the volumes of individual notes as well on the keyboard. The envelope. So you've got three options there to mess about with. You can reset it at any time. Do some random stuff. So if you're looking for some detuning, even volumes, you can smooth this out, rescale it, do some random things, change the volume yourself. Or you can just draw shit in and go as extreme as you want. So that's note edit, sits up the top here. One of my favorite things is morph layers. We'll start with layers. So when you click the layers button, morph layers up the top, you get to choose one of them. And you can add in another instrument. Let's add in a classical guitar. And then mix in how much of the sound you want in. Want another layer? Add another layer. Probably not the best. Maybe a harp. But you can build up. So 3 layers is the most that you can do. You can even freeze. You can freeze this stuff. So if I come up here, scroll down. Can't get this to show me all the way. Layers freeze, select the parameters that you are forced to be freeze in the values of the same layers. So you can come in and do that as well. And if you want to clear this all out, just clear it. Morphing, you can also do between 2 sounds. And you've got this little slider here to actually slide between the 2 different pianos, and you can create a morphed version of that sound. Not as good with a guitar, but if you want to clear this out again, clear it, and you're back to your flingo. So there's your note edit, your morph layers. Let's jump over to a guitar for a second. And things will change over here with the guitar when you're using your pedals. We get this almost harmonic. And then we got like a palm mute. I love the little slides in there, really wicked. So we've also got some options down here on the keyboard. How do you say this? It's flageolet, is that how you say it? And then this one's simulating a thumb actually thumbing the strings. Really nice. Just the little touches. This one with the slides is really nice. And like I said, each sound has a whole lot of options. So we got this electrified one here for the guitar. The guitar was a no-brainer for me. Just fucking awesome. So I'll run through some of these other sounds that I have on here. So again, not using any external effects, because there are some really good effects built into this sucker. A good example of changing the tuning. What was that in different hertz? 392 hertz. So we've got this clavichord as well. Hey, welcome back, Ed. You're just in time, mate, actually. There's some good stuff there. How nice is this harpsichord? Remember, these are not real sampled instruments. This is all modeled. Then you have a heat. This, I mean, there's so many pianos, it's ridiculous. I'll tell you what was really tough when I upgraded from stage to standard. Oh yeah, the Jade. When I upgraded, because you only get to pick one extra instrument. I'm not gonna lie. It took me a week to decide. You know, and I went through every instrument in this demo list. So you can go to all the other demo lists down here. You can see all the other instruments. And I went through every one of them. And it was between the upright piano or the, what do I go for? The harp. And I ended up going for the harp. Do I have regrets? Not really. The other thing you've got, layers. There's a whole bunch of stuff with layers. And you can save these as well too. So this is a classical guitar, 12 strings. Is this layered? Yeah. It's all 12 strings. So saving stuff, we have over here, presets. This is a quick and easy way to get to presets in here. If you want to just jump in and do it this way, you've got all your instruments shown over here as well. This is where you can save something. So where you want to save it, you can choose your preset bank. It's completely up to you, if it's a full preset or not. There's even there's a freeze over here as well, so you can freeze parameters. So when a new instrument is loaded, that's what the freeze is for. You could come in here and say this, voicing settings, tuning settings. So every time I change presets, these things will not change. Yeah, so that's what the freeze is. It's not like a freeze for like reverb or anything like that. Plus, you have a randomizer. There's an A/B, so if you want to check two different presets back and forward between each other, so you can flick between them, yeah, so like this. You just choose once you're on an A and B, undo and redo, easy enough as that. The other thing with tuning we should talk about. So if you see down here, we can change the keyboard. You can come over here and change the keyboard as you like. Let me just, that happening. So in here, or we've got I think you can change the tuning in here. Yeah, so down the bottom here, you can change the tuning. And look at all this. You got open G, open D. So a whole lot of tunings. Baroque. Go with that. You can also change out if you want a hollow or semi-hollow body or solid. You've got key switches. So these are all your key switches: palm mute, slides, open strings, thumb. It's fucking deep, guys. It's, what can I say? It's just a beautiful app. Yeah, was it 55 megabytes, Thomas? It's ridiculous. So what I'm going to do here is send piano motifs out to two instruments, and we can actually split these out, yeah? So let me just come up to MIDI up here, and I can turn on a third track. Let's do that. So now I can come in here and set our MIDI to channel 1 on this one, and we can go on channel 2 on this one and get 2 different sounds happening. So I might want to, all from the one bizzo. Let's actually swap those around. I'm just going to create a backing underneath with iSymphonic. Because we've created a third channel. Let's make something using Scalar. I like doing this, 3 tracks or maybe something like that. So I'll clear this out of here. I mean, they're just... Listen, and the other thing too, I'm definitely not shitting on any other piano apps. There's some really fantastic ones like Ravenscroft and Pure Piano and Pure Piano Upright. The difference is, I mean, they sound amazing, yeah. There's no doubt about it. Even the stuff in Logic, the pianos in Logic, in GarageBand, they all sound great. You know, I'm telling you, this is the thing. Nobody's ever going to sit there and listen to your song at the end of the day and know nothing about you and hear your song and go, You know what? That would be a better song if they had have used Pianoteq. It's just not going to happen. Nobody does that. It's never going to happen. So the price tag is going to be the thing for so many people with Pianoteq. But at the end of the day, this is the thing. The price outweighs the pain of having multiple tracks of, say, something that is using samples and taking up a whole heap. It depends on the iPad that you're using. You know what I mean? So let's just quickly load a scaler in here because we love scaler and we hope it's coming. Scalar 3 is going to iOS. Who knows? Maybe I know. I don't know. So I'm going to send scalar out here. Let's do something classical. Yeah. Yeah, look. It still feels like this is the best thing we've got on iOS. You know? Because look, the desktop world has so much great stuff. So so that is connected to here. Let's just go simply and find some classical stuff. Yeah, classical 9. Ooh. Turn this volume down. Nice, whatever that is. Oh, that's the other thing too. In here, you've got a volume. So you can control your volume in here. Plus you have a compressor. Pretty decent compressor too. You can see it working. A little bit of oldness we've attached to it. So I'll throw a guitar in here because the guitar is just beautiful. It really is a nice guitar. And what I'm doing here is, there's multiple ways you can do this too with Scalar. You can actually just turn on the sharing section so it shares info across each version of Scalar, but I like to just do this. Hold down, hit select, create a new node, hold down, hit copy. Bang. And now we've got two of them playing the exact same notes. So we can come in here and add something different. So for example, it's going to play this now. So we need another piano part in there. Let's put something avant-garde. So now I'm going to copy this one and paste it in here. And now we'll send this one out to the third. And let's do something different in here. So maybe a performance, like an avant-garde performance, like a number 8. Beautiful. Hey, Denise. I'm curious, because if you didn't know, Midilodi just got an update. I think we're in E major, is that right? E minor. Camp G, mate. I don't even know if this is working. Is this in the right key? Maybe not. Anyway, you get the idea. This thing is a beast. It's got a price tag. It's expensive. Yes, absolutely. But do you need the standard version? I don't think so. I used it for what? A year? Longer without it, and it just sounds beautiful. That's just all there is to it. Could I have just bought an extra instrument? Absolutely. It is nice having these microphones and doing all that, but have I ever used them? No. But the option is there. So I would suggest if you weigh it up too, you look at so many people have so many piano apps. It feels like everybody's always chasing the really good piano sound, and nearly every one that we have is already really fucking good. I mean, we live in amazing times. I can sound like I play piano. It's ridiculous. I love it. So I think we've gone through the prices. If you want to download it, head over to the App Store and download it for free. You won't be able to use it properly or anything like that. It drops some notes out, but at least you get to play around with it. And then you've got the option to buy it via in-app purchase. There it is there on the App Store. And or go to the website for Modartt, which all the links are in the description below. Now, I'm finishing a little bit early today because, well, before I started the show, I saw something pop up in my feed, and I was like, you know what? I'm closing the show with that today, baby. It looks like my awesome friends from the Indigo Sunsets have dropped a brand new single. So it's called If I Could. It looks like it just dropped just before I kicked off the show. So I'm going to close the show by playing this. We got Thomas Christ up next, and he's going to be playing Your Most Rockin' Music over at You Rock. Tomorrow, my friends, really fun interview tomorrow. I hope it's going to be fun. My really good friend, Ivan Idea, Dave Jelly's coming on the show. This is the dude right here who mastered all your songs for the Music for Life charity album. He's worked in studios for a lot of his life. He's super talented, super funny, one of my best friends. And I can't wait to have him on the show. We've wanted Dave to come on the show for something like 3 years, and he had it. And yes, Nipplegate, I know. If you don't know, the first time Ivan ever went on camera was on G-May's show. And he had a pair of fake boobs on him. It was wicked funny. It was so funny. And I hope he doesn't wear boobs on my show tomorrow because I don't want to get shut down. Anyway, good stuff. Thank you, Thomas, for banging the link. Hey, thank you all for hanging out today. I'll dump you all over at Thomas's. You guys rock. If you're watching on a replay and all that stuff, hit the like, do the stuff. If you want to become a member or a patron, as my friend Ed B. rejoined as a patron, you can do it. There are links. They're in the description. Also, Loopy Pro I'll be taking a look at too on Friday, and I haven't put up the creative hour yet, but it's a special one. I'll let you know. You want to know what we're doing? I wrote a song. And what I did was I took that song and I uploaded it to Suno. And I said, take my song and turn it into something better. And Suno gave me my song back to me in a different form. So now I'm going to take that song that Suno gave me and take the ideas from it, and I'm going to destroy it live and remake it the way I want. I'm going to murder AI for murdering my song on the Creative Hour this week. So hopefully you can come along. It's very convoluted, but it's going to be funny. Anyway, I'll have the thumbnail up by today. All right, I'm playing this. the Indigo Sunsets, they're back. They've dropped a new single. This is called If I Could. I haven't heard it yet. I'm very excited. Let's do this. Indigo Sunsets, do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. We'll all rise together, stay awake. And this is the Indigo Sunsets, If I Could. Boom!